Crown Vic. Yo, welcome back to I Can't Put a Rear Together TV. What's going on, Wingnuts? What is happening? Man, I've been still dealing with this daggone rear for like eons now. And I didn't have no shims. Now I don't have no goddamn paste. I even tried to make some paste. Look at me, trying to make some paste. It looked like goddamn mustard and ketchup. I couldn't even get that right. People saying they use gear, grease, it doesn't make a print. I can't see it. I need something really vivid. It's wasting my time. I'm dealing with shims, pinion shims that's over there. I had to order that, carrier shims and everything else like that. Let's get to this part here now. In the 8.8 rears in the Ranger and the Crown Victoria, they had mix and match parts inside, that meaning the bearings. Now, as far as the inner, this was a Koyo, and the race was Koyo and everything like that. That was a go. Now, with this situation here, the outer, this was a Timken, which was very, very strange, and that was in both of the rears, both of them, the Ranger and the 2004 Crown Victoria. Many of you guys probably not even look into it that deeply, because when you guys have a bad rear or any kind of situation, you just basically just change out the whole daggone rear, or you took it to the shop and the only thing they did was they just changed the bearing, torque everything back down, and send you back on your way. If you guys are thinking about putting gear sets at home in your Crown Victoria, make sure you know what the heck you're doing, because I don't know anything. Send the shit to the shop, man. You're dealing with a minimum amount of space, and you got to take the gear in and out, plus the gas tank is in the way. It's just a lot of headache. You go, you slide your ass underneath here, you go up there, fiddle with that. Oh, then you got to go and fiddle with the pinion, go up underneath there, come back. Okay, the resistance is good. Okay, cool. Slide the thing in there, it doesn't work. Now you got to pull it out, put it in, pull it out, put it in. It's a pain. I've been doing this for a good minute. I'm in a situation where, you know, hey, do I change these axles? Guess what? The axles are good, thank goodness. But in your 2003 and 2004 Crown Victoria, you know what? Many of those cars had bad axles, and then because of that, end up being really pissed with your Crown Victoria. Now I'm going to nerd out a little bit and talk about heat treating and heat treatment. It's a group of industrial thermal metalworking processes used to alter the physical and sometimes chemical properties of a material. Now, although the term heat treatment applies only to the processes where heat and cooling are done for a specific purpose of altering properties, intentionally heating and cooling often occur incidentally during the other manufacturing processes such as hot forming or welding. Now with that said, now you look at this video right here, it means absolutely nothing, but this video means a lot. Now the process of manufacturing this Crown Victoria, you thought that the 2003 axles were these guys' issue. No, it wasn't. It wasn't their issue. It was Ford's issue. Ford did something wrong in 2003, and it just trickled into the 2004 Crown Victorias, and that is that they did not heat treat the daggone axles. Point blank, period. That's what happened, because most of the axles that people have saw, they weren't dark in color. This one here has obviously been changed, so this is probably a good axle. But some of the axles are not colored like this. Now, I think they skipped the heating process on those 2003, and it affected some of the 2004 Crown Victoria. So what happened is you have premature wear on the bearings right here, that sit right here inside there. And then the axle starts to wear a groove, chips start to fall, blah blah blah, and everything starts to spew over into the gearing set, and everything starts to go. In some cases, not all the time, but in some cases. You know, now we're talking about the extreme part. Now we're talking about here, and you look here, it's nice and smooth. There's nothing wrong with it. This is usable. We're gonna slap that mug back in. You may look and see some discoloring right there. That's just heat marks. But guess what? This is good. This can fly. Now, if you have a 2003 to 2004 Crown Victoria, more than likely you could probably take it to the daggone dealership and get it done, because hey, there was a bulletin on the 2003 Crown Victoria Grand Marquis and Lincoln Town Car. If you got any one of those, more than likely you can go ahead and change the axles if this applies to that car. More than likely your axles has already been changed by some daggone stroke of bad luck that you got a bad axle in 2020. Well, dude, hey man, I'm sorry, bro. you're just gonna have to eat that one, or you could probably go to the dealership and get it done for free. Maybe, I don't know, but you can try it. Just do not blame the manufacturing process of those guys and gals who work at the Ford plant over there in Canada that was putting this daggone car together. They had no control over the heating process over an axle. That's strictly Ford business there. Ford did not want to pay that bill for that year. They wanted to cut back. They said, hey, look, I don't feel like goddamn paying $1 million or $2 million or $3 million or $4 million to heat up some goddamn axles this year. So let's cut back and figure that out. And in the end, they still had to pay for the axles. Hey, it just happens, man. It happens to the best of them. Even the new Corvette C8 got issues. Hey, and I told you guys, that car is not going to be the best thing ever. It's a beautiful car, but you're going to see over the years that that Corvette C8 will be front engine by the next 2 or even 1 year from now. So on the next video, we're going to be talking about this car right here, man. If you don't get a title, we use it for a frame off situation for another frame swap thingy of some sort that we were talking about in the last couple of videos. So if we have a title, we'll try to clean it up and try to sell this thing real quick, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna get much money for it, but it'll be good to have a couple of dollars in your pocket versus having none. So we'll just fix that, get it cosmetically looking good. The engine runs great, the transmission is great. It sucks to part something like this, but if we don't get a title, that will be the solution to the problem. So I wanted to touch on this yoke situation here. If you guys have your 8.8 inside your Panther car, or even any of your Fords and everything, you're going to be dealing with this also too on your situation. The daggone seal runs a groove inside of this, and no matter what you do, if you put a new seal or not, it will leak regardless. So there is a seal saver that you can put on top of this right here, and everything will be a go. Many of you guys out there are dealing with that, so you got to definitely take that out and get that done and see everything else. So, and also too, we got to get back to these heads, because I have to go and get this done very, very soon, because it just needs to be done, because it just needs to be done. Theory right now is that I may take it to the shop and have them do it. Now the reason for that is that I have a homeboy who no fit, no feet. That's my boy. He done the trans on my car, you know what I mean? Because it was $250. So, I have him do it, you know what I mean? Can't beat that price. So in the wintertime, I know that things are going to be slow at the shop. So if I could sneak this in here to get this done real quick, done nice and clean, and everything, you know what I mean, he could probably give me a good price on this and everything else like that, and that'll probably be good. Probably videotape it and probably even help him also too, depending on what I'm doing. We definitely have to finish this up. Went and Harbor Freight got this stuff here, so we're good on that note. And also too, man, I want to thank my man who's been underneath the video all through the video, man. My man, Mr. Business 963, if I'm not mistaken. Brother, thank you so much for the donation towards the channel, man. That really does help out the channel, man, and I thank you so much, man. Now we just have to get back underneath there. It's starting to rain, so there's nothing to do out there right about now. So we'll see you guys on the next one, man. Thank you guys for the support. Click like and subscribe, man, to the channel. And yes, this was a major fail. Daggone grease and paint together, and I made, sheesh, man, mustard and ketchup, man. Before we roll out, man, I'm gonna ask something from all you guys there. We are like family, correct? Please remind me not to think about even building this car in any kind of shape or form, okay? Make sure I stay focused. If it has a title, make sure I sell it for pennies on the dollar to somebody who just wants a beater. You know what I mean? This is not trying to get $1,000 out of this car. Sell a little bit for somebody who just needs a car to get through the winter. You get what I'm saying? That's what this car will be sold for. As for someone who needs that for, if that makes sense. Now, if I don't have a title for the car, then you know what we need to do. We need to go ahead and piece this thing apart, and then we just use the frame, engine, trans, all of that good stuff down to the electronics, and that'll be something for a future project. So, remind me, there's a purpose for the car. Do not have me build this into something, lower it, put rims on it, all right? Make sure, because the money that I'm spending on the car is going to be from here. The Buick is back. Yes, the Buick is back. The OmniSpark is all good. I think it's a fuel pump issue, so we're going to drop the tank, fix this, get the money, rectify that, and then we're good. All right, so I need you guys' help, and I thank you for the help. Keep me focused.